Could an overly pedantic interpretation of a law meant to reward Virgin Islands police officers for getting credentialed be driving skilled people away from the VIPD? That's the assertion of several VIPD officers who say that the Director of Division of Personnel is denying applications for the Career Incentive Pay Program, which awards a lucrative salary bonus of up to 30% to officers who upgrade their academic qualifications by pursuing degrees in specific disciplines. The Career Incentive Program is supposed to provide qualified officers with a 30% premium on their current annual salary if they further their education in fields related to law enforcement. According to the legislation, new officers are limited to a narrow range of disciplines: police science, fire science, and criminal justice. However, the law seemingly does not impose a similar restriction for officers already employed by the VIPD, only stating that their chosen course of study, quote, shall be in fields which are related to the performance by the employee of present or possible future official duties within the fields of policing, corrections, or fire administration. Additionally, the contract between the Virgin Islands Police Department and the local Law Enforcement Supervisors Union does not contain any restrictions as to which degrees would make an officer eligible for the incentive pay, leaving it to the Commissioner's discretion. However, the statute as written requires both the leader of the employee's respective agency and the Director of the Division of Personnel to agree on the award of the career incentive pay. And that's where the officers who spoke to the Virgin Islands Consortium say the problem lies. At least 4 VIPD officers have said that Director Dana Clendenin has denied them incentive pay due to her narrow and arguably incorrect interpretation of the statute. Our Virgin Islands news desk spoke to Clendenin, who said that she interpreted the law to mean that incentive pay was only applicable to officers who undertake courses of study in the listed disciplines, which are enumerated in the section pertaining to new hires. Clendenin told the consortium that the section of the law that speaks more broadly to include any course of study that improves the employee's performance within their department did not change her understanding of the legislation. Clendenin also asserted to the consortium that the Division of Personnel would consider approving incentive pay for long-serving officers whose degrees are not on the list but have been deemed applicable by the Commissioner of Police. However, Sergeant Jamal Griffin, president of the Law Enforcement Supervisors Union Local 119, says that doesn't seem to be the case. Griffin told consortium reporters that VIPD Commissioner Trevor Vellenor has had multiple meetings with Director Clendenin in which he voiced support for the applications of several of the officers, Griffin included.
I have been an officer in VIPD for well over 15 years, and my degree is relatable to police work, emergency management and homeland security, with a concentration in leadership and criminal justice. Police Commissioner Trevor Vellenor has looked into my degree, and he said this is very important, and he has made many attempts to sway Ms. Clendenin into changing her stance, and she refuses to change her stance. As he stated, he honors the degree, and matter of fact, he's made it clear that he honors all the degrees that he's seen so far, to include all those that she has denied. And he is stating that he accepts these degrees and he wants these degrees. The commissioner consults with the Director of Personnel. This is not a decision that she makes. The contract is very clear. It is very clear.
Commissioner Vellenor, when reached by the consortium, was careful to point out that the law does give the Personnel Division Director freedom to use discretion when determining who should be granted career incentive pay. But he did confirm that he believes that the degrees possessed by the officers who were denied incentive pay would indeed have proven beneficial to the operations of the police department. Sergeant Griffin told us that he went so far as to contact members of the legislature who previously served as police officers. However, he said that the response was limited and thus far has been fruitless.
I have reached out to several law enforcement officers who are currently sitting in positions in Senate. I've reached out to Senator Novoeleme Francis, Senator Kenny Gittins, and Senator Stephen Payne, all whom were employed by VIPD for over 20 years. The only person who assisted me was Novell E. Francis. Senator Francis made contact with Ms. Clendenin on numerous occasions and told her that her understanding or interpretation of the law was incorrect and that a degree in emergency management and homeland security was vital to the police department and must be accepted as a degree. Now, Ms. Clendenin's approach is she's reading the law, and the law states for a newly hired employee, again, a newly hired employee, that there is a list of degrees that they will accept. I am not a newly hired employee.
Griffin says that morale in the force is suffering, and the inability of several veteran police officers to receive the career incentive pay they believe they qualify for is definitely contributing to that problem.
The morale in VIPD is very low, and it is for several reasons. But as far as retention right now is at an all-time low. Officers are leaving sooner, especially younger officers who have degrees, who want to be awarded for the degrees. And we recently lost one officer based off of her not getting paid for her degree. This should never happen. She shouldn't have to be arguing in regards to a degree or waiting forever to get paid for a degree. So this is definitely affecting the Virgin Islands Police Department.
Without a change in Director Clendenin's understanding and interpretation of the law, however, it appears that this particular morale drainer will go unaddressed.